12:51 Red Bull Motorsport consultant Helmut Marko has suggested that it would be better if Felipe Massa retires, after his actions on the final lap of the Japanese Grand Prix. Race leader Lewis Hamilton came under pressure from Red Bull's Max Verstappen during the closing stages, as the pair came up to lap Massa and Fernando Alonso, who were battling over 10th. Alonso was handed a reprimand after it was deemed that he had ignored blue flags for almost a lap, in turn aiding Verstappen to draw closer to Hamilton. Verstappen, though, was compromised on the final lap, for while Hamilton was able to lap Massa along the pit straight, Verstappen could not get through until the Dunlop curve. Hamilton ultimately came home ahead to triumph, with Verstappen second, a situation which led to an irascible response from Marko. Max had the pace to try to attack Hamilton, Marko told Austrian broadcaster ORF. When first place in a Grand Prix is at stake, it can't be the case that you move over after that many corners. It would be better if Massa retires. Otherwise the finish could have been exciting. Verstappen, though, did not feel the incident impacted on his chances of winning the race. "I think I would have passed Lewis anyway because it's really hard once he's in free air," he said. "It was more like when Lewis was getting held up by Alonso. I could close up and then maybe you can do something, but once he got past, even when I got held up, it's done." Latest news 1522 Ever wondered what happens to Formula One tires on a race weekend? Tom Briggs, McLaren support crew team leader, talks through a F1 14:16 F2 14:15 Russian times. Artem Markelov claimed victory in the Formula 2 sprint race at Jerez, with high tire degradation levels leading. F2 13:02 F1 13:01 F1 12:51 Red Bull Motorsport consultant Helmut Marko has suggested that it would be better if Felipe Massa retires, after his actions. F1 12:02 Daniel Ricciardo tries to speak Japanese during a visit to Formula One's official fan stage at Suzuka with Red Bull teammate. F1 11:52 Ardenn's Nico Carey has been stripped of his podium finish at the second GP3 race of the weekend at Jerez after he was deemed. GP3 11:33 Kimi Räikkönen says that Ferrari must understand why it is encountering reliability problems during crucial stages of a race. F1 10:51 Mercedes Valtteri Bottas was left narrowly missing out on a podium finish at the Japanese Grand Prix, as he came home. F1 10:40 GP3 10:39 Mercedes-backed George Russell clinched the GP3 title with a round to spare after taking 5th position in the second race of GP3 10:38 McLaren driver Fernando Alonso has been reprimanded and handed penalty points for ignoring blue flags during the Japanese Grand F1 1004 Jolyon Palmer insists that he is happy to move on with his motorsport career after completing his final race for Renault at F1 0958 Carlos Sainz Jr. has apologized to Toro Rosso after retiring on the first lap of the Japanese Grand Prix, his final race with F1 0851 Red Bull's Daniel Ricciardo was pleased to complete his personal objective of securing his first Japanese Grand Prix. F1 0846 Sebastian Vettel's disastrous Japanese Grand Prix race day has been rounded out with a reprimand after he missed the pre-race. F1 0820 Max Verstappen says he gave it all in his quest for victory at the Japanese Grand Prix, as he chased Lewis Hamilton through to F1 0806 Lewis Hamilton says he could only have dreamed of building such a significant title lead after moving 59 points clear of F1 0735 Lewis Hamilton delivered a crushing blow in the title race by taking victory at the Japanese Grand Prix, surviving a late scare. F1 0706 Sebastian Vettel has defended Ferrari after he suffered a further setback due to reliability woes at the Japanese Grand. F1 0636 Sebastian Vettel's title hopes have taken a fresh blow after the German encountered engine problems during the opening stages of F1 0527 F1 0502 F1 0405 Formula One tire supplier Pirelli believes that a two-stop strategy will be the optimum approach for drivers during the Japanese F1 0200. Take a look behind the scenes with Ferrari and drivers Sebastian Vettel and Kimi Räikkönen during the Japanese Grand Prix. F1 1702 F2 1700 Newly crowned Formula 2 champion Charles Leclerc says a communication mix-up was behind his lack of pace during the closing. F2 1554 F1 1551 McLaren's Stoffel Vandoorne believes missing out on a spot in Q3 at the Japanese Grand Prix is beneficial, as it permits him. F1 1408 Ferrari protégé Charles Leclerc secured the 2017 Formula 2 title with victory in the feature race at the penultimate round of F2 13-18 Trident's Giuliano Alessi has been handed a one-place penalty after he was deemed to have caused a collision with Genzer. GP3 13-02 Jenson Button makes an appearance in the Formula One paddock at the Japanese Grand Prix and relives his victory around the F1 1241 Toro Rosso has confirmed that Daniil Kvyat will return to Formula One at the next Grand Prix in the United States, in the wake of F1 1235. Renault has confirmed that Carlos Sainz Jr. will race for the team from the next event, the United States Grand Prix, in place. F1 1211 Jolyon Palmer has revealed that Sunday's Japanese Grand Prix will be his final race for Renault, bringing forward his departure. F1 1148 Felipe Massa believed he extracted the maximum performance from his Williams FW40 during qualifying for the Japanese Grand Prix. F1 1048 GP3 1046 Artniri Fukuzumi converted pole position into his second victory of the campaign during a largely processional GP3 feature. GP3 1031 Stewards at the Japanese Grand Prix have taken no further action against Sergio Perez, after he was alleged to have impeded F1